Hello, welcome to another one of our videos. This is Davey speaking. My brothers Gabriel Monteiro got into another mess. Gabriel Monteiro, who went through all that controversy, all those problems, we stood by his side, right? Because it was clear and obvious that the guy was innocent, right? No one is raped and then calls again to be raped again. Who has ever seen someone, suffer this kind of violence and then call the guy wanting to go out with him again? So, from the beginning, I saw it was a setup. This is this whole racket. They wanted to give the guy $1 million to keep him in the scheme because they wouldn't pay a witness to give false testimony. And that's what happened in this case, right? In fact, today Gabriel was acquitted. The same person who accused him later confessed that they were lying. And the funny thing is, the guy gets arrested, the guy is discredited. His life was literally put on hold during the time he was in jail, and to this day, he's still fighting to recover. And the person who made the false accusation, especially if it's a woman, goes unpunished just fine. Decided to do this to get revenge, and that's it, right? We have to change these things, my brothers. Whether it's a woman, a boy, or an old person, they have to pay. If they lied, in my opinion, they should suffer the same consequences they wanted for the other person, right? Anyway, Gabriel Monteiro decided to help a crack addict who took part in Ray Porter movies, those leftist movies they make, that trashy kind of movie, right? And this guy is on the street. Yeah, he became a crack addict. Gabriel Monteiro saw it, felt moved, and wanted to help the guy. Of course, to get views too, but anyway, if it's to get views by doing good, go ahead. You watching this video, have you ever thought about that, my brother? Go ahead. The bad thing is when someone gets views, makes money by doing what's wrong and encouraging what's wrong. But if you're encouraging what's right, go for it. So let's see what this drama was about. Vinicius sent it to us. I haven't watched the video yet. I'll watch it with you. Shout out to Vinicius and Selena, always here with us. Let's go. Let's listen.
Shall we talk about Gabriel Monteiro and the crackhead? For those who don't remember, Gabriel Monteiro is that guy who was accused of harming a girl, spent more than a year in jail, until the girl went to court and said, "I made a false accusation. He never did that to me." So, Gabriel is free now. Well, Gabriel was out on the street doing his thing, handling his business, recording his videos, until he found a failed actor on the street and went to talk to him. Here's the video.
Have you ever been in a movie?
City of God. What's up, D? Lil Dice is over. My name's Lil Z now.
He accidentally killed Benet instead of Lil Zay, the most responsible guy in City of God.
Damn, if I'm alive today.
With the name of the mouth?
God ass.
What's going on, man? What happened? Officer, why aren't you saying anything?
I'll be honest, I'm struggling with crack. I'll be honest, but I'm a hard worker.
I need to save 3 babies since there's no pediatrician. Then I'll take you to the clinic, brother. It's my job, man, to give you a chance to turn your life around. Let's go.
Well, Gabriel took this guy, brought him to a rehab clinic, the guy saying he wanted to get out of that life of drug use, so he went there and left him at the clinic. We have the testimony of several crack users saying that every day is a struggle, that they've been clean for years, but if you want to, you can overcome the addiction, you can get out of it. But for that to happen, the user needs to want to stop. And in this case, Ruben Sabino didn't want to. At the clinic, no one forces anyone to stay, and he left. But he left speaking badly about the people who tried to help him.
Yeah, hey, I'm the most famous homeless person in Brazil, man. While Gabriel Monteiro, that rapist, is there saying I'm this, I'm that idiot from the far right saying I'm ungrateful and all that, screw it, man. Look, I'm going to sleep right here, see? I'm going to sleep here today, my little bed, my Fanta. I'm really happy, it's all good, man. I have just a little, but what little I have is mine, man. Fuck Gabriel.
Monteiro, go screw yourself, man.
But wait, hold on. I'll show you who's funding these messed up crackheads. Hold on.
Look, this is my Bolsa Familia balance today. Look, 600 Rs. Now I'm going to press here. Look, withdraw. Look, I'm going to withdraw. This is the sound that Lula makes poor people hear, because poor people only hear this sound because of Lula. Lula, thank you very much for the 600.
Whoa, family, I got the cash. Family, I'm being serious now. There it is, right? Even though we know that some of these social programs are necessary, there are people who need them. A good part of the money, or at least half of this money, goes to that. It goes to Beto, it goes to buy crack, it goes to get drunk. It goes to people showing off. It's unfortunate. But anyway, I had a very similar experience to that, my brothers. And it's in moments like this that I see God's infinite mercy. Because I have a lot of flaws. I'm a sinner. I don't deny that. And even so, my brothers, I see how God cares about each one of us. I made a video that was supposed to go live, showing a survey, a homeless man. This guy had worked for me a while ago. A long time ago. He was a very good person. He was the head of the family. A tragedy happened in this person's life, and he became homeless. And then they told me, I went out for a drive with you in the Camaro. I was in the Camaro. We went for a ride. And then they said, look, up there on that hill, look. You clearly know him. I said, yeah, that's where the story begins. He's living atop the trash. He put a little mattress on top of the trash, right next to someone's house. He is homeless after his family left him. I went to check on this guy. I saw his situation. It was really him. I put him in the car. I brought him. And the person kept looking, finding it strange. Because he was all dirty, he was in the trash. The trash was wet. So imagine the smell, right? He hadn't showered in days. His hair was like this. Was I squeamish? I put him in the car. The car just stank. It smelled like trash. I think people were, For me, Camarão, a car is supposed to serve us. We don't serve the car. The car serves us, no matter what model it is. Who cares? I'm not fussy. We leave everything behind when we die. I put him in with all the trash. The car was packed and still smells like it. But I brought him... I had a little room where I keep my tools, right? I like old cars. So there's an exhaust, there's an engine block, there's a bunch of parts that I buy. Sometimes I just buy them ahead of time. Because what if they run out in the market? I like to have spares. Especially those parts that wear out a lot, right? Brake pads. Sometimes the clutch kit, I bring it right away. Especially when it's for the Camaro. Because yeah, sometimes it takes a while to get here, right? So I keep some of those parts that wear out. When I see it's halfway worn, I buy it before it fully wears out. Alright, I took out the parts. I say, look my brother, this little room here is for you. This will do my brother. I call it a little room. A little room, but really a small house with a shower and a bathroom. There was a bedroom, living room, everything. I said, this works for you? He said, yes. I was just using it to store parts. I took the parts. I brought them to my house. I loaded everything into the car. I left him there. I said, look, stay here. You don't need to pay rent. You don't need to pay for electricity. You don't need to pay for water. Just focus on getting better and work. And he cried a lot. And we helped him. Then it was a real struggle. I realized he was a user, After a few days, I found out he was using that crap. He was a crackhead. So I said, man, what now? I can't afford to put this guy in a rehab clinic. So I recorded a video. I said, I'm going to talk to the subscribers. I'm sure our Karanda family here will help me out. But then God stepped in and spoke to me, my brothers. I was really emotional when I made the video, actually. I'm not going to show it to anyone. No one will recognize him, okay, family? Especially since there are people here who follow me, right? People from the neighborhood who know him. Then they'll get what I mean. Anyway, I recorded the video. I got the video ready here to post for you guys. And then God touched me, A voice, a feeling telling me to wait. Don't post it now. Be patient. And you guys will see what God saved me from. And that's what I call God's infinite wisdom. The infinite love that God has for us. Because man, who am I, right? I'm nobody special. But even so, God cared and sent me this sign. I don't know why he does this for others. I don't know family. I don't know. I don't understand. All I know is it's a lot of love from our Creator. Always stay faithful to God, my brothers. When others abandon you or the devil deceives you, God will protect you. Believe in this because I truly believe it exists. And I am a witness, a living proof of that. And this wasn't a long time ago, okay? I was left with this feeling. The video was ready and I was like, why am I feeling this? Why am I hearing this voice? Why is something telling me not to post it? I didn't post it and kept an eye on him. I kept an eye on him. When it was early morning, I've been flipping my days and nights around, I've been sleeping during the day, which is terrible. It's not good for you to do that, right? And waking up at night. But all right. That also ended up helping. I took the car, started driving over, staying at a distance. I kept an eye on the little room to see how things were going. This was in the middle of the night. 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 1 o'clock. I was watching from a distance. He didn't see me from afar. And then I started to notice some movement there that wasn't there before. Cars parked in front of the little room. Junkies arriving at the little room. And I say, damn, then it hit me. The guy just took my spot, my little room, and turned it into a drug dealing spot. Look at the mess I was getting into. Look at what would happen to my credibility, my brothers. If I had asked you for money, the video would already be ready to come out like, guys, help. Because every campaign I've done here, just to avoid any problems, what do? I give the person's account directly. I say, look, family, don't donate to me. I handle other people's money with extreme care and caution, my brother. I don't like it. So if it's for us to do, we're going to run a donation campaign. For Fulano de Tal. Put it directly into the campaign, into Fulano de Tal's account. There's no reason for it to come to me. It should go straight to him. I've always done it this way. Every time I did it, though I don't usually do it, but when I do, which is in extreme cases, we do it like this. But he couldn't do it because he already lost his documents. He doesn't have anything anymore. He doesn't have an ID anymore. Now look, he was in my little room. Like I said, I call it a little room, but it's actually just a tiny house. He was there selling drugs. So tell me, what would happen if the police raided that place? Who owns the spot? No, but I rented it. Rented. How do you rent from a man who doesn't have any documents? Where's the contract? What proof did I have to defend myself? When the law gets involved, my brother, you're screwed. Look at the situation. Not to mention you guys, right? Let's say if I had taken your money, right? If I had made the donation, if it was for me, if I had paid for treatment and put him in rehab, right? And he didn't stay in rehab. What now? Where's the result to show you? He wasn't going to stay. In fact, I didn't kick him out, family. I even went and got him. I found a rehab facility. It was run by evangelical people here. We took him there. When he arrived, he started showing off. They disliked him. I know he left after 3 days. I don't know what happened next. But look at the situation, my brothers. Man, I'm going to tell you. And this isn't blasphemy. Not even God, who is all-powerful. With his infinite kindness, wisdom, and powers, he doesn't help those who don't want to be helped. If someone shuts the door on him, he doesn't help. Imagine us mere mortals, cowards, insisting. So I could have, right? You know what that means? I could have really gotten it bad, right? If I had made it up. Worse, I could be facing criminal charges. Because imagine a police raid. Everyone goes down. Imagine you guys here, who are the main ones? That Davy guy, look, he asked for money to help the guy. He never showed the guy again. How was that going to make me look? And now, my brothers, I see it happening to Gabriel Monteiro, right? I haven't talked about this with you guys, my brothers. Because, well, the situation really hurt me. But that's why I've been telling you, right? For those who understand, now you'll put the pieces together. I've been telling you, my brother. Stop carrying dead weight. Now, this could be your relative. It could be your own flesh and blood. Man, if it's dead weight, you have to let it go. It's no use just wanting to. No, but I'll try. I'll stop doing these things and help. You're going to get yourself in trouble, my friend. Look, we're in a time when we no longer deserve it. Our sins are just too great. God won't send an angel to come like he used to in the old days, to speak directly to people who were more innocent, who were purer. They had less sense of what was right and what was wrong. But God still sends his own. It's just that now, since we no longer deserve an angel to appear in light, your friend comes, your neighbor comes, sometimes even your dog comes to stop you from leaving. Because if you left at that moment, an accident would happen. God is using people and things all the time to send you messages. If you listen, if you have the humility to do that, you will be able to get rid of a lot of things. You will have God's protection. I believe that God saved me there. I really heard that voice. Don't post, don't post, don't post. Wait. I say, my God, everything is ready. The guy needs help. I'm sure the audience will help. Why don't I post it? And the video stayed here for a week, 2, 3, a month. I didn't post it, but found out anyway. Look at how God does things, my brother. So that's it, my brother. I'm just grateful. I don't think I deserve this help, this divine intervention. But he's the one in charge, right, my brothers? I'm just truly grateful, and I share this testimony with you all. So maybe God is using this piece of crap here, this garbage, to talk to you, to give you this message. Maybe you're going through this situation, or you will go through it. Perhaps we can't receive an angel family, but the message comes through people like us who speak honestly and for God. May this also be a message for Gabriel Monteiro. Right, my brothers? Even God can't save those who refuse Him. Go with God. Much love, my brothers, and we keep going together. I'm out.